ChatGPT has completely broken the internet, and so many people are so excited to use it. And although it's a great tool for personal use and business use and just plain old being bored, there are some really important things that you should know before you start using it and before you start letting your kids use it. And if you think for a second that your kids aren't already using ChatGPT, I would think again. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, y'all? I'm Janelle, your one-stop shop for everything tech, travel, and lifestyle. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. I don't want you to miss out on anything that I have coming, any amazing videos that we have coming, including things on ChatGPT. So if you've been using the ChatGPT platform, you've probably noticed that you're not able to get things like current events, or some of the knowledge might be a little bit outdated. And that is because ChatGPT has only been trained up until 2021. So anything after 2021, ChatGPT is not really going to have the best knowledge of, and you might get some things like some errors, or they may just tell you, hey, we don't know about that, or we're not able to give you current events. So when you're looking for things like current events or anything around information that's happening right now, you might want to turn to Google for that. So in my last video, which I will go ahead and link, we have talked about how to use ChatGPT for things like writing outlines and generating different ideas for outlines for things like research papers. We've also talked about how you can use ChatGPT in your business to generate copy for, let's say, a social media post or an event that you're putting together. One of the things that I want to remind you is, just like you are using ChatGPT for your school or for your social media post or however you're using it, there is someone out there just like you in your same field, in your same industry, in your same niche that is also going to be using ChatGPT to generate similar kinds of responses. I've said this before, but ChatGPT should be used as a jumping off or a starting point. You should never be taking the responses that ChatGPT is giving you word for word, as you always want to make sure that you are using it, like I said, as a starting point. You are changing sentences, you are making it tailored to your tone, your voice, and you are making it very specific to you. There are already apps and platforms out there that are actually going to source the internet for repetitive AI text. So, in the future, there may be a tool, or there will be a tool where teachers can use to say, okay, how did you actually craft this essay response? And they can actually take the text, they can put it in a generator, and it will show if it was generated from an AI tool word for word. So you want to make sure that you are using these, like I said, starting points, ideas, and that you are not copying. With this being a new space and all of us trying to really understand how to use it, it's really great to get in the habit now of making sure that you know how to actually source ideas from ChatGPT and not copy ideas from ChatGPT. Another element of ChatGPT that I think is really, really serious and really important for us to talk about is that ChatGPT is not a replacement for your doctor or for your therapist. There are a lot of things that you can ask ChatGPT relating to your mental health, relating to how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and it will generate responses. But ChatGPT is by no means a trained doctor or therapist. And I want us to continue to remember this as this platform and other platforms tend to come out, but specifically as this platform continues to grow. If you are experiencing anything where you feel like you need help, please contact a professional. Do not do that online. Please just remember that ChatGPT, Google, all of these platforms are going to give you responses based off of just what you input, what it is that you type in, what questions that you are asking, and it is only a starting point, and they are not specific necessarily to what is going on with you, and that if you need help, you please reach out to a professional. Another ChatGPT question that's come up is the AI trained, or do you have to train it? So the way that ChatGPT works is that the AI is already trained. All of the knowledge that it already has it. The way that it works is you ask it a question and it will respond to you in different threads. So one thing that is really nice about ChatGPT is that it remembers what you have said previously within that thread. So if you were to ask it to give you a list of tech careers within the tech industry, it will give you a list of about 10 or 12 responses. And then you can say something like, show me 10 more. And it will remember what it's shown you before and know to show you a different set of 10. So that is kind of how the AI works. You don't need to train it. It is already trained, and it will simply have conversations with you based off of the conversations that you've had previously within that thread. So it's really cool. You don't need to do any training. There's no pre-work that's needed to be done. All you need to do is start going to OpenAI and start chatting away. Another frequently asked question is, how is ChatGPT actually different than Google? The best response that I can give is that ChatGPT is what it's like if you are actually in conversation with someone. So just like if I'm in conversation with you and we are talking about a particular subject, or if we're talking about a myriad of things, you're gonna remember the things that I've said previously in order to feed that into the conversation. That's kind of how ChatGPT works. So instead of you going into Google and saying, hey, I want a recipe on chocolate chip cookies, and it giving you a million recipes on chocolate chip cookies, ChatGPT is going to give you one recipe on chocolate chip cookies, and you can refine the recipe as you'd like from there. So let's say you say, you know what, I actually want to add almonds to this recipe. It will give you the recipe, and it will give you the recipe for adding almonds. So it's very personalized to you. I actually really like it because it's more of a tailored response, and I don't feel overwhelmed with having to click this article and click that article and hoping that the article that I open or the link that I open is exactly what it is that I'm actually looking for. Using ChatGPT, as long as it has knowledge of what it is that I'm asking, it's pretty spot on with its responses, and they are pretty singular and tailored to me. And the last topic that I wanted to touch on before we close is one that is, I would say, an ongoing discussion and really remains to be seen, but that is AI going to take all of our jobs? Are we essentially hurting ourselves by using these tools, giving them more information, actually using them, so on and so forth? Here's my response to that as someone who works in the tech industry as a designer using AI currently. First of all, what I would say is that I just want to remind everyone that AI is not going anywhere. It's going to continue to be here, and it is something that we are going to have to learn to work with and to live with. That being said, the way that I see AI and the way that I currently use AI is as a starting point for something. I don't see it as something that is going to take my job necessarily. The way that I see it is, how can I use this to become more efficient at what I'm doing? How can I use this to become more effective at what I'm doing? How can I use this to make what it is that I'm doing go faster, work faster, move more quickly, things like that. That's the way that I see using these tools. Like I said, even like when we talk about copy, the copy that is given from AI is going to be the same copy that I receive as the copy that you're going to receive. If we put in the same, search queries and things like that, the copy is going to be the same. There's still refinement that needs to go into it. You still have to take it and make it work for you, for your brand, giving it tone, voice, and things like that. So you really want to make sure that you are doing those things and you are not just taking whatever the platform is giving you and putting it, wherever you're going to put it, whether it's online or so on and so forth. You want to make sure that you are using it to generate ideas and then making it work for you. So as long as we continue to use the platforms in that way and to see them in that way and see them as enhancements and not as replacements, that's the way that I like to think about AI and kind of where this is going. Again, it still remains to be seen on what industries will really be impacted the most by AI. I think some people have some ideas. I'm not going to speculate. Maybe that'll be another video. But I think that right now it's really important for us to do our due diligence, make sure that we know how these platforms are working, and make sure that we know how to make them essentially work for us. So those are essentially my comments and my thoughts on AI as it relates to job replacement. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So go ahead and leave your comments and all of your thoughts in the comments, and I will definitely check those out and respond to all of you guys. I think, like I said, this is a conversation that will be ongoing and not one that, can just be had today. But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. There will be more to come on things like ChatGPT and other AI tools. If you guys have recommendations about things that you would like me to talk about, please go ahead and leave those in the chat as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.